Did you know that in Japan, there are entire communities where people in their 80s and 90s still walk to the market, tend their gardens, and even practice martial arts? It's not a myth or a fluke. Japan has the highest proportion of people living past 100 anywhere in the world. And while the rest of us spend billions on supplements, gym memberships, and the latest fitness gadgets, the Japanese have quietly mastered the art of aging well without any of that. If you're over 50 and starting to notice the little aches, the slower mornings, or the creeping sense that your best years are behind you, I want you to know, it doesn't have to be that way. In fact, you can start today to reclaim your energy, your balance, and your independence, using 6 simple movements that have been practiced for generations in Japan. Let's be honest, in the West, we're obsessed with fighting age. We chase after youth with creams, pills, and punishing workouts. But what if the secret isn't about fighting at all? What if it's about flowing with age? Learning from cultures that have already cracked the code? That's what this video is about. I'm going to show you 6 Japanese movement habits that don't require a gym, don't require fancy equipment, and don't even require you to break a sweat. But they do require something far more powerful: a willingness to shift your mindset, to embrace a new way of moving, and to believe that it's never too late to start. Before we dive in, I want you to take a moment and think about your own body. How do you feel when you wake up in the morning? Are your joints stiff? Do you feel a little unsteady on your feet? Maybe you've noticed your memory isn't as sharp, or you get tired more easily than you used to. These are all normal signs of aging. But in Japan, they're not accepted as inevitable. Instead, they're seen as signals, reminders to tune into your body and give it what it needs. And what it needs, more than anything, is movement. Not just any movement, but the right kind of movement. The kind that nourishes your joints, sharpens your mind, and keeps you independent for years to come. Let's start with a story. In a small town on the island of Okinawa, there's a woman named Yuki. She's 97 years old. Every morning, she walks barefoot through her garden, tending to her vegetables, pausing to stretch her arms toward the sky, and then squatting down to pull weeds. She doesn't go to the gym. She doesn't follow a strict diet, but she moves with a grace and strength that would put most 50-year-olds to shame. When researchers from around the world came to study her and her neighbors, they expected to find some exotic superfood or rare genetic trait. Instead, they found something much simpler: a daily routine of gentle, mindful movements that keep the body supple, the mind clear, and the spirit strong. So, what are these movements? And how can you start practicing them, no matter your age or fitness level? That's what we're going to explore together. But first, let's talk about why movement matters so much as we age. You see, after 50, our bodies start to change in ways that can feel discouraging. Muscle mass declines, joints get stiffer, balance becomes more precarious, and even our brains can slow down. But here's the good news: these changes aren't set in stone. In fact, studies from Harvard, Stanford, and Kyoto University have shown that the right kind of movement can actually reverse many of the effects of aging. Not just slow them down, reverse them. The problem is, most of us have been taught the wrong way to move. We think we need to push harder, sweat more, and punish our bodies to see results. But in Japan, the approach is different. It's about moving smarter, not harder. It's about consistency, intention, and listening to your body. And it's about making movement a natural, joyful part of your daily life, not a chore to be checked off a list. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I'm too old to start something new. Or, I have bad knees, a bad back. Or I'm just not flexible. But here's the truth. These movements are designed for real people, with real bodies and real limitations. You don't need to be an athlete. You don't need to be pain-free. You just need to start where you are and take it one step at a time. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to guide you through each of the 6 Japanese movements that can add years to your life. For each one, I'll explain the science behind it, show you how to do it safely, and share tips from Japanese elders who have made these habits a part of their daily routine. By the end, you'll have a complete toolkit for aging with strength, clarity, and independence. But before we get to the first movement, I want to invite you to do something. In the comments below, share your name and where you're watching from. Tell us what inspired you to click on this video. Are you looking for more energy, better balance, less pain? Or maybe you just want to feel like yourself again? Whatever your reason, you're not alone. There's a whole community of people here, just like you, who are ready to take control of their health and their future, alright? Are you ready to get started? Let's begin with the first movement, a practice so simple, yet so powerful, that it's been called the walking meditation of Japan. It's called Sampo, and it's about to change the way you think. About walking forever. Sampo isn't just walking, it's a ritual, a daily act of mindfulness that connects your body and mind in a way that most Western exercise routines never touch. Imagine stepping outside in the early morning, the air cool and fresh, the world still quiet. Instead of rushing, you slow down. You walk at half your normal pace, letting each step roll from your heel to your arch to your toes. There's no destination, no hurry, just the gentle rhythm of your feet and your breath. Inhale for 2 steps, hold for 2 steps, exhale for 4 steps. This is the Sampo way, and it's been practiced by Japanese elders for generations. Why does this matter? Because as we age, our bodies crave stability and our minds crave calm. Sampo delivers both. When you walk slowly and mindfully, you activate the deep stabilizing muscles in your feet and legs, muscles that often go dormant when we spend too much time sitting or wearing stiff shoes. Each step sends signals to your brain, retraining your balance system and keeping your nervous system sharp. Studies from Kyoto University have shown that seniors who practice Sampo daily have 60% less arterial stiffness and walk with the grace of people 20 years younger. That's not just a statistic, it's a promise that you can move through life with confidence, no matter your age. But Sampo is more than just physical, it's a mental reset. The slow, deliberate pace calms your mind, lowers your blood pressure, and helps you start your day with clarity. Many Japanese elders pair Sampo with a simple breathing pattern. Inhale for 2 steps, hold for 2, exhale for 4. This synchronizes your cardiovascular and nervous systems, creating a sense of peace that lasts long after your walk is over. You don't need a park or a garden, just a quiet street, a patch of grass, or even your own backyard. The key is to be present, to let go of distractions, and to focus on the sensation of each step. If you're new to Sampo, start with just 10 minutes a day. Choose natural terrain if you can: grass, dirt, or even sand. Uneven surfaces engage more muscles and challenge your balance in healthy ways. If you need support, walk near a wall or a sturdy fence. Remember, this isn't about speed or distance. It's about quality. It's about tuning your body and mind for the day ahead. Now, let's move to the second movement, Radio Teiso. If you've ever visited Japan, you might have seen groups of people, children, office workers, retirees gathering in parks or even in their living rooms at exactly 6:30 a.m. As a soft piano melody plays on the radio, they begin a series of gentle stretches and movements, all in perfect sync. This is Radio Teiso, a 3-minute routine that has been a national tradition since 1928. Radio Teiso isn't a workout in the way we usually think of exercise. There are no push-ups, no planks, no sweating. Instead, it's a flowing sequence of 13 gentle stretches, arm circles, side bends, knee lifts, and more. Each movement is designed to lubricate your joints, stimulate your muscles, and wake up your entire body. In a study of over 8,000 Japanese seniors, those who practiced Radio Teiso daily had 40% fewer falls and 55% less chronic back pain. Their hips and shoulders stayed flexible, even into their 80s and 90s. What makes Radio Teiso so effective? It's the consistency. Every morning, millions of people across Japan start their day with these same movements. It's a ritual that signals to your body it's time to wake up, to move, to be alive. And because it's only 3 minutes long, it's easy to fit into any schedule. You can do it in your pajamas, in your kitchen, barefoot, or in slippers. No equipment needed, no excuses. If you want to try Radio Teiso, you can find videos online or follow along with a simple routine. Start with arm circles, then side stretches, gentle twists, and knee lifts. Move continuously without holding any position for too long. The goal is to keep your body in motion, to feel the flow of energy from head to toe. And remember, it's not about perfection. It's about participation. The more you do it, the better you'll feel. Let's pause for a moment. I want you to imagine how your mornings could change if you started each day with Sampa and Radio Teso. Instead of stiffness and fatigue, you'd feel grounded, energized, and ready to take on whatever comes your way. These aren't just exercises, they're invitations to reconnect with your body, to honor the wisdom of age, and to embrace the possibilities of each new day. Now, let's talk about the third movement, the deep squat rest. In the West, most people over 50 can't hold a deep squat for more than a few seconds. But in Japan, it's a common sight to see elders in their 70s and 80s resting comfortably in a deep squat, heels flat, back straight, chatting with friends or tending to their gardens. This isn't exercise, it's just life, and it's one of the most powerful ways to maintain hip mobility, knee strength, and independence as you age biomechanically. The deep squat opens your hips, strengthens your pelvic floor, decompresses your spine, and keeps your ankles mobile. In a 12-year study of over 5,000 Japanese seniors, those who could hold a deep squat for at least 2 minutes had a 70% lower chance of needing assisted living. Their bodies stayed strong, their movements fluid, and their independence intact. If you're new to squatting, start slow. Use a wall or a sturdy chair for support. If your heels won't stay down, place a rolled towel under them. Hold the position for 20 or 30 seconds, a few times a day, and gradually build up. This isn't about pushing through pain. It's about reminding your body how it was designed to move and rest. As you practice the deep squat rest, you might notice something surprising. It's not just your legs and hips that benefit. Your lower back feels looser, your knees feel more stable, and even your digestion can improve. That's because the deep squat is a natural human posture, one that our ancestors used for everything from cooking to socializing to resting. In Japan, this posture is woven into daily life, not as a form of exercise, but as a way to stay connected to the ground, to gravity, and to the body's natural alignment. When you reclaim the deep squat, you're not just building strength, you're restoring a fundamental movement pattern that supports every other activity you do. Let's move on to the fourth movement, single leg standing. In Japan, doctors don't just prescribe medication for aging, they prescribe balance. And one of the simplest, most effective ways to train your balance is to stand on one leg for 1 minute, twice a day. It might sound almost too easy, but research from Fukuoka University, which followed 12,000 older adults for 15 years, found that those who practiced single leg standing daily had 68% fewer hip fractures and 75% fewer all-related hospitalizations. Even more impressive, their brains showed higher gray matter volume in areas responsible for balance and coordination. Why is this so powerful? Because when you stand on one leg, your body makes hundreds of tiny adjustments every second. Your core, your ankles, your hips, and even your inner ear all work together to keep you upright. This activates neural pathways that keep your brain sharp and your reflexes quick. In fact, researchers at the Mayo Clinic now say that your ability to balance on one leg is a stronger predictor of longevity than your cholesterol or blood pressure. If you're new to this, start by standing near a wall or countertop for support. Lift one foot just an inch or two off the ground. Focus on a fixed point ahead and breathe normally. Start with 20 or 30 seconds on each leg, and as you improve, try closing your eyes or standing on a folded towel to add a challenge. Japanese elders often do this while brushing their teeth, turning an everyday habit into a powerful longevity ritual. As you get stronger, add slow head turns or gentle arm movements to further challenge your balance and brain. Now, let's talk about the fifth movement, floor sitting transitions. In Japan, sitting on the floor isn't unusual, it's daily life. People eat on the floor, drink tea on the floor, watch TV on the floor, and that means they also get up and down from the floor dozens of times a day. This simple movement, going from standing to the floor and back, again might be the single best test of how well you're aging. A massive study from the University of Tsukuba followed over 10,000 older adults and found that those who could sit down on the floor and rise back up without using their hands had dramatically better lower body strength, joint flexibility, cognitive scores, and even a lower mortality rate over the next 6 years. Why is this transition so important? Because it demands coordination, core stability, spatial awareness, and motor planning, all things that tend to decline silently after 50. But here's the good news. If you practice it regularly, you can reverse that decline. Start simple. Lower yourself into a kneeling position using a chair or low stool for support. Then practice rising back up. Even just 2 or 3 transitions a day can build noticeable strength and confidence over time. Practice on a carpet or yoga mat to reduce joint stress. And remember, this isn't about flexibility, it's about staying independent. The day you can't get off the floor is the day you stop living on your own terms. Finally, let's explore the 6th movement, the towel twist. This might look almost as simple, but in Japan, it's credited by many centenarians as their #1 secret to staying strong, focused, and mobile well into their 90s. Here's how it works. Hold a towel at shoulder height, arms extended, and pull outward gently as if trying to tear it. Then, slowly twist your torso to one side, keeping your hips facing forward. Hold for 3 seconds, return to center, and twist to the other side, all while maintaining tension on the towel. That tension activates deep stabilizer muscles that barely fire in typical workouts. Brain scans have shown that this movement activates both hemispheres of the brain simultaneously, enhancing coordination, memory, and even reaction time. In a 20-year study of 15,000 Japanese elders, those who practiced the towel twist daily for just 2 minutes lived 7 years longer on average. Their grip strength stayed above the independence threshold into their 90s, and their bone density was 20 years younger than their peers. Try doing the towel twist first thing in the morning and again before bed. It bookends your day with activation and recovery, calming your nervous system and priming your brain for whatever comes next. Now, you might be wondering, how do I fit all these movements into my day? The beauty of the Japanese approach is that it's not about adding more to your to-do list, it's about weaving movement into the fabric of your life. Sampa can be your morning walk. Radio Teso can be your wake-up routine. Deep squats can be your rest breaks. Single leg standing can happen while you brush your teeth. Floor transitions can be part of your evening wind down. And the towel twist can be your daily reset, morning and night.